Today I have a tutorial to show kind of an update to my earlier Adobe Creative Cloud Express application. I'm going to do more of an app overview and highlight some of the new features that are included in this application. So I'm just going to go home. I'm going to start from scratch. This is the home page. And here you get an overview of what's trending. I'm going to go to my projects. Here I usually organize by folder, and I'll create my folders by topic, code, and number. But for this one, I'm going to go back to this. I'm creating a coupon for this folder. I'm going to do a spring sale. I'm going to do a different variation of this. I'm going to do just a square post. And I'm going to look up discount. I'm going to search by a few different topics to try to filter down to what I want. I'm looking for more of a spring theme sale type of background template if I can find it. You can also search by a different keyword. Sometimes you get a slightly different set of options. Something clean and straightforward. Maybe something like this. They've added this resize feature, so I'm going to resize it to square. It works pretty good. Then if you want to get out of that, you gotta deselect that category. I'm going to show you in the background here. First I'm going to name my project. The sale is going to go to $331. And it's going to be 25% off. And I'm going to show you, you can add branding. I'll go back to that. But here under brands, I can add another brand. I'm going to upload my logo. In another video, I'm going to show you how I would create a campaign for this particular brand. You can pick a color, and that will recolorize your post to be like the color. But I'm just going to pick that one for now. Choose my font. I can select a font for this particular brand, or I can add a font. I'm going to go back home, back to my projects. Back to this, edit project. And under here, under projects, you can also, there's some options here. You can make a template out of this, which will add it to your Adobe libraries. So if you have an Adobe account, Adobe paid account, Creative Cloud account, Adobe Express is included. And so if you make a template, it will be added to your cloud folder. So you have to be aware that that will start to eat up space. I can duplicate, I can move, I can rename, I can delete, I can download. I can, and here under design variations, I can recolor it. That works pretty good. Command Z or undo works in this application, which is kind of nice. I'm finding that some of the Adobe Illustrator key commands will work here. So I'm going to go back to templates. No, I think I'm going to decide on this template and I'm just going to start to design it. For example, if I assigned a range of colors to a specific brand, I can recolorize it, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to move some stuff around. Like here, for example, when you click on type, some options here you can add. 50% off sale. Here, for example, it's giving me recommendations for font styling. I'll go with something a little bit more clean. Show more. Sale. Here under font, I can change the color. It gives me recommendations. Under here I can change the spacing. If this were 2 lines of copy, I'd also have the option of changing the space in between the lines. I can add a shadow. I can outline it using a different color. For example, if I used burgundy. I'm not going to do that. Let's go to text, see what options I have here. Inter-season sale. I'm going to go with something like this. And remove that. I'm going to ungroup this. Now I've got 2 lines of type. And I'm going to see what font this is. It's right here in the drop down here. Let's see what that would look like. Chapin black. And then this font is Brandon Grotesque, so I'm going to change that one and see what that looks like. Try medium. I'll try medium. I'm going to increase the letter spacing. I'm going to get rid of this. These don't apply to the art I'm trying to create, so I'm going to just get rid of that. Delete. can curve the type, make it into a grid. I'm going to turn that off. We can add some other art. For example, I don't think that really goes, but I could copy this and rotate it. I need to add some of my other copy too. I'm going to add this code. I'm going to add my footer text. Text, if you want to add some additional text, you go text, add your text. And you edit the copy here, right here, good until, I'm going to say good until 331. Just going to make this, I'm going to make this white. You can also select more for some preloaded swatches. I'm going to change the type. I'll go with something like that. No, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to add a shape around it. And I'm going to increase the size of that shape. You can also increase the transparency. I'm going to reduce the size of it. I just was holding on the Option Shift to drag and copy that. That's another Illustrator key command that's working in this application. I'm going to say offer good until. I'm going to say coupon expires 93, and I'm going to say use code. Down here I'm going to say use code. I'm going to copy this. it's giving me some more options for this type. I don't like this as well. This pretty much includes everything you would need. Just to design a quick post. I can add a stroke, I can reduce it. But when I pick a new font, I get a whole another list of possibilities. For example, I'm going to add that here. Makes more sense. If I like a style font, I can always just change the type. Get rid of that. Ungroup. Gives you some ideas here too. So just a simple coupon. And I've got it, already got it named, and it saves it periodically in the background. So now, hopefully you've gotten a good overview of the design assets you can add with the backgrounds. I could change the background too. A better example would be if this were an image. Choose image. I could choose something different. I could type in spring. That's not very good. But you get the idea. You can choose a different background. You can swap out an image. So if I picked a template that was actually an image, I could swap out the background, choose something different. And anyway, I'm going to undo this. I can add a logo. For example, I added this brand, so I'm able to add it to my post if I wanted to. I'm guessing that gave it kind of a hiccup. Move back to this. Sometimes that last change will be saved, sometimes not. But I could add it to my post somewhere if I wanted to. But that wasn't really the purpose of this. And then when I'm done, I'll go back to projects. I can download it offline for use in a third-party application. That looks like I can download for use in a third-party application. I usually save JPEG and PDF. PDF I can pull right into Illustrator and make other changes if I wanted to. And then I'm going to try they offer tutorials. I'm going to try the new scheduler. I've only tried it once before, one other time before. Your connections are here. You can hook up your brand, refresh. And actually I like that it covers these channels because that's pretty much all I would need for most applications. Then I can add my caption. I keep a record of my posts offline in case I want to refer to them. So since I already have this copy created, I'm just going to add my caption here. I'm going to schedule it for the 23rd, for February 6th at 9 a.m. I like that you can draft it too. And then Instagram. And I like that you can add your hashtags as a separate comment. That's really recommended. I can preview it. That works. And then I'm going to draft it and add draft to my calendar. So you can see this was another test I did. If I go by month and then I'll go over to February, you can see that's been drafted for the 6th at 9 a.m. I'm going to go back to my post, back to my project. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to call it. I'm going to show you how this would look as a resized Facebook post. which, by the way, I can see that I made a mistake. This is supposed to be 50% off. Back to projects. I'm going to show you how this can be resized. Resize. I'm just going to pick one of the pre-configured dimension sizes. And I might need to move some stuff around. But for minor size changes, this actually works pretty good. Make this bigger. I'm going to say that I can add an animation as well. For example, there's some pre-built-in animations, dynamic. This is probably the least annoying. I can just fade it in. Anyway, that gives you some ideas. Turn this off. I'm going to take a look at the scheduler. This all needs to be updated, but I was curious whether this would update. No, you have to reschedule it. But that's just an example of an overview of what you can expect from this application, which I find it useful just because you can add a brand, which it didn't really have that before. It didn't have it in a way that really worked well for me, but now I can add a brand across a campaign. I can schedule it, I can resize it for a different channel. Please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.